Am I the asshole for throwing away my boyfriend's potentially illegal yogurt collection? I'm a 29 female. My boyfriend is 30 male. We've been living together for 2 years in a little studio in a very expensive big US city. My boyfriend grew up rurally, with lots of space, enough to collect all kinds of things. He collected action figures and video games and all the normal kid stuff when he was young, but as he grew older, he became interested in the more unusual things. As a teen, he had 8 guinea pigs of different types from different breeders. Since Tide Pods were released 7 years ago, he saved one of every kind of Tide Pod. He's got a big box of an international variety of electric insulators, those little ceramic hats that power lines wrap around on power poles. He's not a hoarder. He's usually neat, just used to having a lot of space for his bizarro collections. At his parents' ranch, he has 2 big rooms full of containers of weird and impressive things. He recently became interested in yogurt. He's always hated dairy products, until about a year ago. He not just started drinking milk and sharing ice cream with me, but he's found a love for yogurts. So he now collects them, of course. The problem is that they're perishable. So until earlier today, our little 550 square foot studio contained about 2,100 cups of yogurt. It comes in tons of varieties, different types, flavors, textures, containers, made by different companies in different countries. This is like crack to my boyfriend, so he tried to pretty much save a sample of everything he could find. He filled our fridge, bought a new fridge, and then another tiny bedside fridge. He said he didn't want to walk to the fridge at night, but it was obviously a ruse to get more yogurt space. These fridges all filled up with his yogurts, and if you keep them for long, they smell bad. Sometimes the packaging breaks, so our apartment was smelling like rotten milk for the last 2 weeks. And my boyfriend's attitude was, "Oh, it's fine, and just deal with it for a little bit longer." Until I pulled the plug and threw it all out this morning. I was looking at my groceries, which I had to put beside the fridge because there was no space, and everything smelled like death. And then I kind of snapped and threw it all away. My boyfriend is understandably upset. We've been arguing about whether I crossed a line by throwing away his stuff, and he's especially upset because he, of course, had rare yogurts that were hard to find. In particular, he had some Cuban and Iranian yogurts that you can't get in the US. But I know that we have trade sanctions against Iran and Cuba, so I don't know if this was even legal for him to have them. I asked where he got this Iranian yogurt, but he kept insisting, "The Iranian yogurts is not the issue here." And the real issue was me throwing out his precious yogurts without his permission. Am I the asshole here? Do I need r/legal advice? Thanks in advance. I'm so exasperated.
I'm so confused. This is unhinged. I don't know. I don't think so because it's gone bad. I'm just like, I'm be throwing out my relationship.
Yeah.
On this one.
Yeah.
But okay, treat it as like a roommate situation. Just throw out shit that goes bad, that smells, and throw out everything, like the whole fridge, one fridge. Keep his side fridges done. Maybe duct tape them shut so they don't smell. But you yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta say, this dude is mentally not stable. He's mentally unstable. I'm like, okay, listen. Could you imagine? We just have a yogurt wall behind us. This whole back wall is just yogurt.
A smaller condo than what we live in.
Smaller condo than us. It's like a condo without this den.
Yeah.
I just...
3 fridges.
Where's the second fridge? I can understand the mini fridge in the bedroom.
In the living room.
Right? Like where our air purifier is. There's another fridge there by that air purifier mirror.
Yeah.
Another fridge. I'm shooketh.
I don't think I would ever... before the story, I don't think I would have ever backed someone up for throwing out their partner's things without their permission. Like
a collectible thing?
Yes.
I wouldn't have backed it up. I'm like, hey, he wants to collect it. That's cool. You do that. You don't like it. You don't be in the relationship if that's like a deal breaker for you. But
this, it's now affecting her.
Yeah.
This is something that is mutually not...
They're rotted. On a roommate principle, you are not allowed to keep rotted food. I feel like that's an unwritten rule of like roommate.
And just like respect too for your partner.
There's a point where like we are roommates on a level. We're in a relationship, but we share.
We live together.
Yeah. We're roommates plus starts base roommates. You know what I mean? Whatever. You got something in the fridge and it's rotting. I'm gonna be like, yo, throw this out. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, I'm going to throw it out myself.
Yeah.
And if you complain about it, I'm going to be like, what the heck is wrong with you? It's disgusting. By the way, Teresa has a bad habit with this too.
I may sometimes hoard some food in the back of the fridge.
Teresa has a hard time throwing things out on time when they're bad.
I grew up in a household where we were never allowed to throw away food.
But you also have a hard time looking at the back of the fridge to see what you have back there that needs to be thrown out.
Sometimes I am lazy too.
Okay, sure. Sometimes. And then you also have this need to keep sauces. Like,
yeah, because sauces in my head don't go bad.
Like with our HelloFresh kits or our Factor meals. Use Factor code 50 off ThreadTalk, by the way. The link somewhere. ThreadTalk 50% off your Factor meals. But like if they come with like a sauce in like a little container, like a takeout little plastic container with a lid, like not very seal proof, very easily leakable, and it's not empty. Teresa wants to keep it and she wants to put it on the top shelf in the door.
True.
Oh, it's true. We get takeout and there's like a little sealable thing of ranch from chicken wings. You want to keep that, don't you?
Yeah, but not for long. I don't keep that for long because I know, like, if it's not sealed, it is like more perishable than.
I don't understand how you could not keep things for long when you have a problem with throwing things out. So they stay for a long time.
So what? Do you want to break up with me over this?
No, minor issue. No big deal.
Okay.
Not a deal breaker for me.
Oh, okay. Top comment, quote, "The Iranian yogurt is not the issue here. I hope at some point in my life I can find a way to seamlessly drop this into a conversation."
That's gold.
Devour feculence.
I'm done with you. We're moving on. It's my turn. I'm done. Moving on now.
I need to actually seamlessly also integrate that into my day-to-day conversation.
No.
Not just randomly say it on this podcast. I love that saying. I love it so much.
You need to purge.
Devour feculence.
You need to purge that.
No, I love it so much.
You need to purge it from your vocabulary.
It's the best saying I've ever heard.
There was a game. I would watch motocross. And the one guy was the announcers. And then on the podcast on the Monday night, he was like always like a very common, like he'd always come in for like 15 minutes or whatnot to talk to his friend on his podcast. And then they would come up with a skit. Basically on Thursday, two of the guys, because there's a trio of them, two guys would come up with like a word that the announcer dude has to like sneak into his broadcast on the Saturday. And I remember once they had to work in the word El Chupacabra.
What is that?
It's like a
snake?
No, it's like a Mexican scary phantom, like mythological creature. Like, yeah, it's whatever. So in one of the ones, dude was like riding really good. He's on a tear and he's like coming through the pack, passing people. And the announcer's like, Blake Beckett's coming through the race like an El Chupacabra. And then ever since then, that became that dude's nickname.
That's funny.
But just how funny would it be if like people like dropped like words down in the comments, like somehow, like maybe on Patreon or something, we make like a group chat, and like on Patreon, like we can do like they comment for like a word, and then we got to like sneak that word into
that actually
a following
could be fun.
episode.
That could be fun.
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah,
gives you guys a reason to come join us on Patreon. Another reason to come join us on Patreon. Bonus episodes every single Friday. If you can't get enough ThreadTalk Podcast, you can come over to Patreon. We throw out bonus episodes every Friday. We're almost up to 50 on there, so. Damn, but yeah.
Lots to binge.
We appreciate your support there. And the easiest way to support us is just smash the like button or give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast platform you are currently listening on.
Thank you.
Back to me.